Hi Stampers, it's Kelly from Stamping with Kelly, and I'm here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where it's November, mid-November, and it's barely even snowy outside. What a miracle. We're here joining us. You're here joining me. We're joining each other together here for some online crafting. This is your monthly online card club. And if you are not in Canada, I'm so sorry, but I really hope that you get inspiration. If you are in Canada, you've got to reach out to me because I can give you this packet of prepped supplies, sending it through the mail or pick up from South Edmonton. There is a postal strike right now, but we'll get it to you as soon as we're able. I think things are just going slower than normal, but then you can craft along with me. This video is going to be available on replay forever, and so you can refer back to it, and you can also craft along with me. And I know that many of you are going to be doing just that. So I'm going to just double check here. I don't know. Can someone tell me, is my sound okay? How's my video? I'm sorry to do this every time, but you know, every time is different, right? And I do them back-to-back events and the settings are the same. And then suddenly the settings are different. So anyways, we've got so much going on this month. Stampin' Up! Had a little sale from the annual catalog earlier this month. If you didn't take advantage of that, that's okay, because I've got a whole bunch of other things to show you. We've got brand new online exclusives, so we're going to go through all of those. And I have a whole bunch of slides here to show you. Okay, first of all, with a minimum $100 order this month, you're going to receive this incredible pack of cards and envelopes. These aren't just the regular size, like the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards that we make. These are actually oversized cards. They're 5 inches by 7 inches. So think like a 5 by 7 photograph, right? It's pretty big. And they're printed on the front and the back with this gorgeous snowy nighttime scene. And what you don't see here is that there's actually this beautiful glimmer that's applied to the card base. So it's really spectacular. We're actually going to be playing with it in just a little bit. I did notice today though that I had a typo here. It's actually not 24 cards. There's 20 in a pack. So sorry about that little typo, but it's still incredible value because it ends up being $25 worth is what Stampin' Up! Was selling these for. So these are a retired item. They are available for purchase if you'd like as well. But I think the better deal is to purchase $100 at least of items that you want from the online store or from any of the catalogs. And then you can receive these for free. So what would you purchase from the online store? Well, we have some brand new online exclusives, and I'm going to give you this little sneak peek here of some of these images that Stampin' Up! Has provided for us. So we've got a new suite. It's called the Utterly Adorable Suite, and it's adorable, like so cute and kind of perfect if you're just over Christmas stamping or if you're gearing up for some other crafting in the new year. So make sure you take a look online. Hello, Michelle. How's it sounding? How's it looking? You're my tech support as the first person on here commenting. So sorry, not sorry. So the Utterly Adorable Suite is available right now on my online store. So what you'll want to do is go to my website, which is www.stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net. And that's stamping with a G. And then once you go there, then you can go to shop now is the little button, and then that's going to take you to the online store. That way I will see when your order comes in, and with a minimum $35 order, you can get these projects that we're going to create tonight for free. And with a minimum $100 order, then I can give you those free pack of 20 cards. We also have another suite here. Oops, why did that move down? I had it all set up, of course, right? So this is another suite that we have here, and it's almost like a jump start on some Valentine's Day products. But of course, these red and white and gold you could use for Christmas too. It would just be perfect. It's so beautiful. And I have pretty much all of these products in my hot little hands here. So I'll show you what these look like. Okay. So the first suite, what do you guys want to do? Otters first? Okay, I'll bring out all of the things with the otters. This is called 𝘎𝙧𝙚𝙚𝙀 Soft Cording, and it's really shiny and beautiful. Hey, where's my otters? There they are. And some designer series paper as well. So let's take a look, because I always like to go off of the stamp set first. So let me just, sorry, I gotta just flip here. Oh, yay, thank you, Michelle. Looking and sounding good. I love that. This is the Utterly Amazing stamp set. So you can see there's lots of little images that you can put together. I just love it when they lay like that with their little paws, like floating in the water. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then let's take a look at these dies too. You guys can see I haven't even opened these up yet. I placed my order, they arrived, and then I was so busy prepping Card Club that I haven't even had a chance to look or play. Get out of there. There we go. So in here you've got a whole bunch of dies. So you've got the fishes, and those coordinate. And then you've got some other outline images here for the other otters. This looks like a little wave almost, and you can do probably put a few of those together and make them look really pretty. Then you've got something that looks like kelp and little seaweeds there. So you've got some other fishes. This little sprig here will cut out that stamped image. And then you've got some standalone images as well. So you've got this little log and some rocks too. So lots of fun images here to play with. Oh, and some bubbles. So these won't cut out this outline. It would just cut out the bubbles so that you can have a piece of paper in behind and have it layered or something like that. Now these are like maybe my favorite. You guys know I really am obsessed with blue colors and iridescent colors. Anything that's shiny, really, I'm just kind of a magpie or a crow. Look at these though. So they are maybe like 1/8 of an inch thick, kind of flattened. These are called Riverside Irregular Pearls. They're pretty though, aren't they? So Lost Lagoon, what other colors are they, I wonder? They probably have it online. It looks like an iridescent white and maybe like a smoky slate. Let's take a look at this cording as well. Nice and close. Oh. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Don't show my dry hands, though. Let's see. Oh, no. There we go. I was like, this poor camera, I can't handle it. It's really shiny. It's really soft. And it would make beautiful little tag holders, and bows would tie so nicely with this as well. So pretty. All right, let's look at the paper, too, because this paper has everything and more that I love in a designer series paper pack. First of all, the colors are really pretty. I'll read those off to you in a second here. They are Balmy Blue, Basic Gray, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Gray Granite, Lemon Lime Twist. Look at how cute they are. Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Look at this page. That's so fun, isn't it? I can imagine doing like a scrapbook page if, you know, you went to the zoo, in the Edmonton Valley Zoo. What did they say? There's like new babies or something? I think there's new babies. The otters are right as soon as you walk in the front gate. Maybe you don't need to go any further than that. Maybe you're happy with just otters. They're so cute. Look at this one right here. Oh, I love them. And then the beautiful back side here, or sorry, the beautiful front side, and then the back side has this great kind of water look. This one's a gray version of kind of texture. Some more blues. That looks more like balmy blue. This one looks like little river rocks. That's fun, hey? This is some kelp with fishes swimming through it. And swirly fishes. So in my opinion, oh my gosh, everything in that suite is a huge winner, right? That's just like the one and done code. That suite collection just add to cart, right? So another one of the collections, which I showed you in the PDF there, is that hearts collection. And it's got this marbled excellence paper here. I'm just opening that up. Sorry, guys. Just off camera here. I was down to the wire tonight. My kids are demanding right now. Okay, what should we do? Designer series paper first, so it gives us the vibe of this lovely suite. So this is called Marbled Excellence. The colors in here are Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, Poppy Parade, Real Red, and Gold. And every sheet is just even more beautiful than the last, it seems like, hey? You could use a lot of these like kind of interchangeably. Oh, that's funny. I've never seen that before where they flip them. But they all have their subtle differences. And then the back sides of these do not have any of the gold embellishments, but they do have like a tone-on-tone repeating pattern for most of them. This one looks like a little bit of spackle, pink version of the same. A nice stripe. I'm going to look a little closer. It's like almost looks like a torn stripe. And this is a really fun pattern here too. This one has got these little hearts and arrows. So lots of fun, beautiful patterns in that one. And let's take a look at the stamp set here. So this is Hearts of Elegance. I love making Valentine's Day cards and projects. I stamp more Valentine's Day projects probably than many other projects even in the year. Just because I give out so many treats and cards, and I love having stamps that say, my heart belongs to you, love you, sending lots of love. Those are all, you know, all occasions. They don't have to be just for Valentine's Day. Okay, I'm just opening up this die pack. Sorry, these seem to be a little bit tighter. I'm having to like rip them apart. Okay, this one comes with so many dies, you guys. There's 2 sheets of them, and look at how big that big heart is. Can you see there's an outline, and then there's this one that cuts the solid one and then also has this little texture in there. And then we've got the dies that go along with stamped images here too. And then you've got another smaller heart too that has that little stitch detail. And then the other hearts are just cutting the outline. This is a really pretty one, isn't it? I like that. Then to go along with the heart theme, these are a really nice flat embellishment. They're not thick at all, so they go through the standard envelope, and they're called adhesive backed heart sequins. And they're not like a traditional sequin where they actually have like the hole in them. Sometimes the sequins do have that. These are like a solid sequin. I wouldn't really call them sequin. I would call them embellishments, but I mean, that's what they're called from Stampin' Up, so I guess that's what they're called. This one here is like a gold twine. We've had something similar to this in the past, and I just love tying tags with things like this because it almost has like ridges on it, and it ties together really nicely in bows. And yeah, if you're tying through with tags. There's another bundle here called Happy Hibiscus that really caught my eye. I love hibiscus plants. They are just, they scream Hawaii to me, and that makes me happy. So this one has some great little sayings in it. Plus you've got some nice solid imagery, and you've got stamped images which you can color in as well. Now, anything with a hybrid embossing folder, you know I'm hooked. Hooked. I should mention as well, these are online exclusives. These are only while supplies last. So, I mean, it's pretty early on right now, but I'm not saying like it's going to last forever. You might be able to last like a few weeks, maybe, but I would order it sooner than later. This is the embossing folder that's a hybrid embossing folder. So if you can see that pattern there, we're going to open up the dies, and you can use this hybrid embossing folder on its own, or you can also use it along with these dies. So you can use the dies on their own, and you can use the embossing folder on their own, and you can also use them together. So let's see how this fits in. It's always like that little puzzle, right? I feel like it's, where is it? Here. This is it. So it nests, this die nests into the embossing folder, and then what you would do is just sandwich your paper in here, close it up, and then you're going to, over my shoulder here, you can maybe see a little bit of the machine. I'm going to be using that in a minute, but it's the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is what's going to be able to fit this nice wide folder, and then you can have this cut out and emboss at the same time. And if you wanted to do like watercoloring on like watercolor paper first and make little bursts of color, or kind of a mottled look, that would look just so gorgeous. Of course, you'd want to let that dry first. Also in the set, you've got some leaves and some other smaller flowers, as well as 2 great tags that include some embossed images on there too. All right, and now, last but not least, maybe my favorite item from the online exclusives. This was actually available to demonstrators at a demonstrator only event, and now it's available for everyone. So this is our fabulous color coach. We do have a version of this inside the catalog. Let's see how fast I can flip to it. Should have tagged that one. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Okay. I think I'm getting close. I don't want to give up. I want to give up, but I don't want to give up. I have to give up. No. Where is it? Come on. Where is it? Okay, I'll have to find it afterwards. Anyways, there is a version of it. I think it's actually, there's one. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Do you guys ever look at the table of contents? There is a color section. Crafting techniques. Is it under here? Color theory, 132 to 133. 132. Oh, I was so close. I must have just flipped right by it. So here's what's available in the catalog. Now, here's what's different, okay? So if we take this up, it looks similar, but what you really have in this color coach that's different are these little cutouts. So you can learn about the different types of color theory over on the side here. So monochromatic, complementary, analogous, is that how you say it? And triadic. But here we can actually have a visualization of what do you like together. So triadic would be, you know, something from here, something from here, something from here, and you can adjust it as you go. So if you're designing, this is a really fun way of getting outside of your color box. Ooh, I like this a lot. Can you imagine why? I think I would do Lost Lagoon and Bubble Bath and maybe Crushed Curry, but I think I'd probably go with Daffodil Delight. So anything in there I think fits really well. So this analogous, I think that's how you say it, would be selecting colors from in the same color family, and you can rotate that around. Complementary would be, you know, like a narrower version of it. Monochromatic also, oh sorry, complementary would be opposites here. Complementary would be one from here and one from over here. So let's say Berry Burst, and what would go nicely with Berry Burst? Granny Apple Green. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And then monochromatic is just within that same color zone. So you would just choose those ones there. So yeah, this is really fun, I think. And then on the back side here, you've got a little bit more of an explanation about all those different types of color theory. Love that. Hey, I can't remember the price of it. You guys will just have to look at the online store. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I know other things, and I've also purged my mind of some things. So paper pumpkin is the next thing that I want to talk about. Paper pumpkin is like the gift that you give to yourself every month. It's a monthly subscription service. You can choose to sign up on an ongoing basis, or you can choose to get boxes here and there just sporadically. But really the best way of doing it is getting a prepaid subscription. Not only does it count towards Card Club, so you just need to top it up with about, I think, $8 more of merchandise. That's not even the amount anymore. I think it's probably like $5 or maybe even a little bit less than that. So if you top up your purchase, then you will be getting a box in the mail. And it's not Canada Post that sends it. So it's FedEx or UPS that sends it usually. So you'll get one of those in the mail, and then you get to have a little craft along with all of the instructions provided for you. Everything is cut and all inclusive in the box. And it's like a little mini stamping vacation. I actually take them on vacation too. So I've stamped on planes and not trains. Definitely in a lot of automobiles, next to the pool at the hotel, stamped in a lot of airports. So these are great on the go. I also love using them for a little bit of me time when my son is having his hockey practice. I watch his games, but hockey practices, he's having his time with his friends, and I get to have a little bit of me time and fill up my cup a little bit too, which is so important. So I just grabbed one of these, and actually my daughter and I love crafting with these in the stands. So she's 5 years old and she loves these so much. Her eyes just light up, and every time she just wants to look through the box, it's like a treasure box. So the next box that we have coming in December will be this Notes from the Heart. And you might think, December, why isn't it a Christmas one? It's because everything is shifted forward for stampers, right? You've got to be making your projects and then giving them out in December. So this is actually not a Christmas set. So if you're wanting some awesome note cards, this is looking like a floral theme. This is all I see as well. In terms of a sneak peek, I don't get to know any more than this either. So it's a really fun surprise. And so you'll just want to sign up before the 10th of December, and then your kit will ship out just shortly after that. All right. We also have some coordinating dies that go along with it. So in December, you can see the coordinating die is this little fern. So I think these are around $16.50 or something in Canada here, and you get these 3 dies that coordinate with this quarter's worth of paper pumpkins. If you're interested in past paper pumpkins, I'm your girl. I got so many of them. Just reach out to me. These make great gifts. So instead of having a toy for a kid that's just going to collect dust and make the parents crazy, I love gifting an experience because it means that the child gets to have empowerment. There's crafts for all ages and abilities. Probably you'd want to start like maybe as young as 4 or 5, depending on their experience with crafting in general. And like I said, I love these projects for myself too. So there's no age limit on them either, but definitely think about them if you've got kids on your list for Christmas and you're buying for them. This makes a really great gift. This one here is the one that just came in November, and it's a little bit different. Let me show you inside. It's really fun. So this is the Filled with Joy November 2024 fun box. And inside you actually get these awesome little stockings. I say little, but they actually ended up being way bigger than I thought. So they come like this, and then you just turn them around so that the little cuff is shown there. So they're kind of like a muslin material. And they're printed, like I say, on the one side, and so you just turn this over, and you can fit all kinds of goodies in there. Like just thinking about like how big these are compared to my scissors, right? Pretty big. And the stamps that you get in here, let's just open this up. So there's a group called the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club on Facebook, and if you are curious, or maybe you're a subscriber to these kits, you'll definitely want to check out that group because there's so much inspiration. People are doing all kinds of amazing things with these kits. So this is the Filled with Joy stamp artwork, and they come in photopolymer. Your first kit will come with a block. It's a D block, and it will fit all of the subsequent images that Paper Pumpkin ever sends out. And then every month as well, you get a little mini ink spot. So this one's Poppy Parade. This is a really fun, happy red. I find it to be like maybe the most playful of all of the reds that we have. So this one actually makes 8 of these cute little stockings. But the reason why I mentioned the Paper Pumpkin fan club is people are doing completely different things with decorating these stockings. And then they are using these tags to actually make cards too. And they come together so simply and so beautifully. You'll definitely want to take a look at what people are doing on there. I'm really inspired to craft with these. They make really cute little gifts. People are using them for chair markers for their holiday events. And look at these tags. They've got the beautiful gold, the foil on there. And then these little tags here have the holes. But again, it's not an issue for some of the designs that people are coming up with because they really just can be covered with a little ornament. And there's these great little kind of safety pins as well, and you get some adhesives too. So lots of really cute options. Again, online is your place to go. Usually Paper Pumpkin are cards, and I'll show you the one from the last month maybe, so you can see that. This one here, they always do some tags in November, so that's kind of the formula that they follow. This one here, oh nope, that's the wrong slide, sorry. I'm out of slides, I guess. I'll just show you these. So I do want to talk about cafe crafting though. That was what that slide was about there. Cafe crafting is at a local cafe called Brew and Bloom. And this cafe is just gorgeous. And I want to run a kits class there specifically for Christmas cards. So stay tuned. I know I'm saying stay tuned a little bit. I swear I'm nailing down my schedule tomorrow. So on Wednesday, you'll receive an email from me if you're on my newsletter list with the upcoming dates for my in-person crafting. And I'm going to be featuring this Nests of Christmas, which was October 2024. The thing is, I've got refills for this. And so what you can do is, in a very cost-effective way, you can come and make these projects using my stamps and my ink. Then you don't have to pay for those. If you do want them, I do have full kits available, but this is a great way of supplementing some of your Christmas cards that you already have. This kit makes 10 cards actually, and it features this like trifold design. Oh no, did I take them out? Oh no, here they are. I did take them out, but I have them here still. These are a really fun design, and again, put these together with my daughter who's 5 years old. Got some beautiful foil on there, green foil this time, and then you can put your sayings in there. Again, if you like alternatives, make sure you look on that Facebook group. Oh, I've got like a little catch in my throat tonight. This one here is again another trifold design. We've got that green foil on there. And it folds out so that you can have a beautiful message. I've even seen these with some, where do they have them? Oh, they don't have them there. But you can even turn these into photo cards. So putting like a photo of your family here instead of the saying, right? Photo of your family, and then you've got this beautiful window happening around it. So if you're thinking of doing photo cards, these are a great option for you as well, so that you can incorporate them. And it's going to be a lot less expensive to just print photos of your family than getting that like collage that, you know, Costco or London Drugs puts together. So maybe think about that, and then you can have a nice handwritten message, and you have the enjoyment of actually making these cards as well. There's some pieces that get popped out of these cards, so I'm thinking we should play around with these, and who knows, I think I might design some bonus cards to go along with that class. These are the gorgeous envelopes too. They're just so pretty. All right. The other cards that I'm featuring in my cafe crafting classes, I'm going to have a bundle and save deal too, because I know I love that. I know you guys love that. But using the last year's October kit. So this is called Home for the Holidays. I do have full and refill kits of this one too. But if you come and craft along with me, you can make the 8 cards that are in this kit as well. So the cards are much better in person. You can really showcase them a little bit more. But let's see if the camera will pick up. There is glitter all over these roofs, and that's because in this pack you get a full bottle. Oh no, I don't have it in here. A full bottle of glimmer glue, which you can then put all over the tops of those roofs. And this one here is like a vertical version of it too. It's got lots of like texture and detail, and I just love creating these cards. They're really fun to put together. So definitely stay tuned for a date for those. These ones here, yeah, they're going to be a really inexpensive way for you to make your Christmas cards, and a way to get them done just in, you know, one afternoon and get to have a little nibble and some sips of a special drink. You know, you can go for their cocktails, or you can just order a Coke if you want. And then there's also all kinds of amazing coffees that they make there, like a creme brulee coffee where there's a sugar crust and then you pop your spoon through it. Oh my gosh. This is another class that I'm hoping to hold at the cafe crafting events. So Brew and Bloom Southside, again, stay tuned for a date on this, but we're going to be making a bunch of tags. So I have 2 tag kits that I'm actually going to be using, and you're going to be making all of the tags for this kit here. This one is including a stamp set and ink spots, and I got a steal a deal on these, so I'm happy to pass along some savings for you guys to get these awesome tags for less. So you're going to be making 5 of each of them, so it ends up being 15, I think is what it is. 15. Again, stay tuned, more details coming. Look at all that beautiful glimmer paper, and these are really fun. You can have the little items like swinging around. You can choose to modify them however you want as well. You can have it just plain like that, or you can put the Open Me tag on there. Then there's also the Festive Tags kit. This is a no stamping kit, and so these actually come together with little stickers that have the words on them, and then everything is pre-printed, pre-laser cut, so you could put these together in a jiffy. This one makes 15 tags, and you get 3 each of 5 designs. I love the subtle like gold embellishments there, and the fact that these kind of swing around like this. You can glue them down if you want, but I kind of like the fact that they move around. Merry Christmas. So again, stay tuned for those. They're really, really cute. We're going to have a lot of fun crafting together with those. Oh, I wanted to mention as well, these are the Warm Wishes from November 2023. These are little gift boxes. They're about 4 inches wide, about 3 inches to 4 inches tall, because there's 2 different designs. And these come together really nicely. They make great little gifts too. You can kind of see the width there. I have a few of those refills available. I don't know if I have full kits of that one yet. Okay, here we go. We were talking so much about tags, and that's going to be our first project actually. So I've can't help myself. I gifted you a tag for you to put together, and this is from that Festive Tags kit. So you might have a different one than me, but let's just try our best together. Don't throw out these envelopes. These are perfectly mailable as well. Let me just go back to our page. Oh yeah, with the otters. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, you're talking about the potatoes. Oh my gosh, I heard that on the radio the other day and I cracked up so much. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just check the chat. Okay, so I love that you guys have your own conversations going on in there. That makes me so happy. So everything is pre-cut and ready to go here for you. So we're just going to quickly put this together, and you might just have to take a look at whichever one you've got going on in your little packet. But this was a gift that I wanted to include for everyone because don't forget about those tags. There's so much potential for cuteness, and you can really, you know, make someone's Christmas, I think, a little bit more special with some fun packaging. I'm going to use some dimensional strips here of the sides because that will work a little bit better with this image that I've got. Yeah, I agree about the Christmas socks. I was so chilled today. I think it was because I was running around in running shoes without socks on and yoga pants that had like mesh panels at the knees and ankles, and so I was freezing cold. And so tonight I was just like, I gotta get on some nice socks. So I'm wearing like really big fluffy slippers and I'm feeling really cozy. Yep, that's when we're getting old, right? So like I said, you can glue these together so that they stay nice and centered. I'm going to be a little bit more crazy than that. So you do you. I'm going to be crazy in my very controlled way. So start off with putting the loop through the front of it. And then I just folded my twine in half. And then put the loop through the front of it. And then you're going to pull this just like that. And then now you can tie it onto your gift bag whatever you're giving. And now the next thing that I'm going to do is put on this cute little wreath. These come together so quickly, and you'll see here with what you're crafting. Then we've got this little joy sticker. So make sure you're not using this full piece here. Pull your sticker apart. You might have Merry Christmas or Noel. For you, be merry. The Merry Christmas comes in 2 little sections. So you have to try and line those up, or maybe you just decide that they're going to be crooked and you try to make them crooked, right? So we've got our joy on there now, and then we're going to take your pick tool and put on these cute little dots. And this is exactly as per the kit. Now, if you are not in Edmonton, or if it doesn't work for you to come to the cafe crafting events that we're holding, then don't worry. You can still order this kit, and you can make these just on your own. Like I said, it's so quick, so easy, and this kit doesn't even need any stamping at all. So just as quick as that, I've made this cute little project. So we'll put those to the side. If you haven't quite finished yet, you can definitely come back and watch this video. It will be available on YouTube tomorrow, and tonight you can replay the Facebook video as soon as we finish. Here we go. Alrighty, so this next project, I'm trying to do a class with these two because they're just so pretty. These are the cards and envelopes that are a part of my free gift this month. So you get 20 of these card bases and the matching envelopes, which are so cute. And these are oversized, so you can see how big they are. They're 5 inches by 7 inches, and they've got this gorgeous, like, textured glimmer on there. Can you see that? It's like all over the trees and speckled in the sky, and then there's little snow banks over here. But I've actually gone ahead and used a die to cut out a little window opening here. So this is the die that I used, and I want to show you how I got that to work. So this is Countryside Corners dies, and it means that I'm going to have to bring in my big boss. here comes the big boss, and it is big. And I'm going to show you how to build this sandwich because unfortunately, I don't know if you guys can see this here, the 5x7 card base is too wide to go through the opening. So how did I do this, you wonder? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. What I did was line this up, and I put a little bit of washi tape on here to just hold it put. And then what I did was put my plate, and I kind of sandwiched or wrapped, I guess, around the card base so that I'm only going to be cutting out the front layer of the card. And then I'm putting the top layer over top. So, okay, imagine that's straight, but let me show you here. I've got my number 1 plate, then I've got my number 2 shim, and then my number 3 cutting plates. This is actually sitting on the outside, so I've got it kind of wrapped around, and you can imagine that I've put that on straight and I've got it with the washi tape, and then you crank it through, and then what comes out is this beautiful 2-piece where you can have a little window poking through. So what I did with that is create this beautiful, sparkly, shimmery, really tactile card. I can't wait for you guys to feel this once it's all done. And then as you open it on the inside, you get this little peekaboo to this Christmas tree that is just spectacular. And you can stamp a little saying in here, to and from. That's perfect on a Christmas card sometimes, right? You just want it short and sweet. But I just love this, how it all came together and with all these sparkles. So let's start putting this together. I just want to grab this. Okay, there we go. So for your card base, we're going to fold this in half and then use our bone folder. These cards are so big, I don't have enough room to craft them on my little space here with my camera. Okay, then I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to put adhesive on the back side of it and then piece it through the little opening that I've cut. So keeping your card closed, then you're just going to nest it in there, and then when you open it up, it'll stay put. Okay, the next thing that we can do is put on our tree. This is probably my favorite part. This is a glimmer paper that we have in 3 colors. It comes in a pack of 3. I just did it up maybe like 1/8 of an inch and maybe 1 inch from the side here. You guys see that? And then now I've created these little pop-up sticky bits. So using our adhesive, oh, I don't have a pack of it actually. It's like a dimensional sheet. It's like a sheet of dimensionals, just like this. And imagine that they're not cut. It's just flat. There's no impression. So what we do is I stuck some gold glimmer paper on it. So what I did was, imagine this again, was one of these full sheets. Peel back 1 layer, stuck on the gold. The gold foil works so well with this technique too, because it really makes it special. And then I've cut out with 2 dies. This is 1 die, and then this is the other die here. This little star, and then these are the rows of garland. They're so pretty. So you might want to use your take your pick tool, or you might just be happy using your fingers for this. Who knows? But we're going to take this, and now we've got puffy stickers. And then I'm going to just peel this up. This is a great way to get adhesive onto something that's a little bit small, a little bit finicky, right? Pull these up. Oopsie. There we go. This side works a little bit better. Oh, come on now. That's it. I mean business. I'm bringing out my pokey tool, right? Oh, mine is like shredding. I hope that's not happening for you. Didn't happen with my other ones that I made. Let's see if I have another one here that's going to work better. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to just pull this apart a little bit and see if I can get it to work with me. Oh, come on, work with me. You're just so pretty. So that one kind of fell apart. Is it going to stick? Yes. Maybe they needed to go through 2 times, but I didn't do that on the other ones that I made. Oh my goodness, my friends, I might have messed this up for you, and I just feel horrible because, yeah, this is kind of like I'm needing to pull this apart a little bit. Let's try. I'm pulling this. Yeah, it's like it needed to go through a second time. Oh no. Honestly, this one, I'm not going crazy here. This one worked perfectly, and you can see how puffy it is and how perfectly it sticks on there. But I guess I needed to go through for some of these. I hope maybe it's not the one that you have. I needed to go through 2 times. Oh, I wish I could have them all back. If you do want this technique, you just let me know. I'd be happy to send you another one where I crank it through 2 times. But you should be able to just kind of put these on and have them stick right onto this glimmer paper. I'm not going to do any more because I'm really sad about these, and I'm going to try cutting them out again. But like I said, if you guys want me to do another set of those, you just reach out to me. I'm sorry. That doesn't usually happen. Malfunction. Okay, even though there's no garland on that tree, if that's how it works out for you, or if the garland is waiting, then I think that tree looks gorgeous anyways. But let's get going on this other tag. Oh, I'm just so sorry about that. Okay, so I've got 2 circles here. One circle is for the outside. One circle is for the inside. I'm using Night of Navy ink, which coordinates with the beautiful starry sky. So I'll show you again. Night of Navy. And using stamps from the Merriest Trees. And this is actually in the annual catalog. There's some Christmas products in there too. Did you guys see those? So I've got one of the stamps here is We Wish You a Merry Christmas, which fits with the tree dies that come with this. So I'll stamp that on one of them. And then on the other one here, I've actually put together a few of the different sayings. So I've got love and joy to you and yours, and then these little snowflakes here. Can you guys see those? So I've got the 3 of those on the one stamp. And now I can stamp them onto the ink once, stamp them onto the paper once, and then they're good to go. All right, now to wrap the ribbon around, I actually am just going to put some Stampin' Seal onto my larger piece here. This is a piece of Night of Navy, and I'm just going to zigzag these back and forth. You can finesse these a couple of times too. Be sure to trim off those ends so they have a nice little angle to them. Pull this one down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then on the back side of this one that's going to go onto the front, I'm going to put dimensionals on there. So dimensionals onto the white part that are going to pop up on the blue. Then we can put some Stampin' Seal. Ooh, not too close to the edge there, Kel. There we go. And so that, normally you wouldn't want to put adhesive all over there, but because we're putting piece of white on the inside, we don't have to worry about it too much. So that's going to hold on there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive just right here. I'm not popping up the inside because I don't want to add too much bulk to the inside of my card. These cards would be great with this kind of like open window technique, even with a photo of your family inside. Hey, that would be cute, wouldn't it? So you have like a little photo here, or you could even attach the photo to the inside of the front, and then you would have this little peekaboo to your family. I love that. Okay, so let's look at this one here and imagine what hopefully worked for you. And if not, like I said, just reach out to me. I can easily just run through another one of those for you. And make sure that I put it through twice this time, because apparently it just needed to be bound to my will a little bit more than just sending it through one time. Okay, let's talk about the products that I'm using here on this card. So from the mini catalog, of course, the main part of this card is actually the cards and bases. We know though that those are retired product. I have them available for purchase, or you can receive them for free with a minimum $100 order. From page 25, this gorgeous ribbon, it's cherry cobbler and gold ribbon, and it is really, really stunning. It's just got like the most beautiful, classy look to it. It's also really soft, which I like. I'm a like touchy-feely person apparently. On page 53, this is the festive glimmer paper. So you might have one of the two green colors. They come in garden green, cherry cobbler, and granny apple green. So we've got granny apple green, and this is the garden green color. And I used both of those for the trees that I cut out. And then of course you've got all this gorgeous cherry cobbler, which is my favorite red color. It's like the color of my nails, the color of my shirt. Cherry cobbler is my favorite. All right, from the annual catalog, we've got a few products actually here. So the Merriest Trees stamp set and dies, I want to show you again a little bit more in detail. So the Merriest dies are really quite unique because we've got this layered up tree, and then you've also got like the kind of detailed branches. So you can use the two of those together, or you can use them individually, or you can use them in like a totally revolutionary way. These dies are so clever. And there's so many of them. They just keep coming and coming. So I'll show you maybe on the inside here, because this is the actual full-size image. We use the outline of the largest tree. I don't have that die handy because it's just still probably over with my die cutting stuff. And but there's actually other trees, all of the different sizes here for every layer. So you can make a little tiny tree. Look at this one here. Oh my goodness. It's so cute, right? It's such a clever idea, so that you can have, you know, a stamp that works for everything. And look at this, you guys. Ah, it's adorable. You can also do a tree that has the different layers kind of separating and kind of fluffed out. We called them fluffy trees in the past. I love a good fluffy tree. And so imagine that you've got like the base cut out and you've got dimensionals just here, and then you've put Stampin' Seal right there, and then dimensionals here with Stampin' Seal there, and all the layers just kind of cascading out. And you can do that with this solid image, but it also works with this kind of textured image too. So this is a great way of, I love this design. And then that Wish You a Merry Christmas fits perfectly in this little tree here as well. So we wish you a Merry Christmas. That's the one that I stamped on my card. I shouldn't be doing the reverse image here. Let's just show you here. So we wish you a Merry Christmas. You can have that stamped right onto a piece of paper and then fit within a little tree. I really, really love this set, you guys. Also in this set, like in addition to all these like millions of trees, you also get this awesome tag shape, which gives you the stitching on the inside and gives you a little hole already cut for you. This is the base of a tree. You've got a whole bunch of rectangles, which you can use for presents. Then you've got 3 different dies, well, 3 sets of the same die, so that you can cut out like a million ornaments in no time at all. And then of course you've got this beautiful tags and things, or sorry, these little stars that go on top of the tree. I saw this and I wanted to tell you about the tag, so I said tag. This is a little tab that you cut out with the paper and then you can wrap it around, right? So you can imagine that kind of a tag look. So if you don't have this one yet, this one was so popular last year that Stampin' Up's like, no, we're not done with this. We got to do some more cards with this one. So that's called Merriest Trees. It's on page 78. You can't bundle and save 10% anymore because that's only for the first publication that the bundles come out in. The products come out bundled, and then in any subsequent publications they are unbundled. But still, $34 for this stamp set with everything that you can do with it, I think is a no-brainer. And then these dies for $51, you get so many in there. I think you're really going to have fun crafting with those for many years to come. On page 111, we've got the gold foil sheets here. And then we've got our adhesive page, but we know we've got to crank it 2 times now. The foam adhesive sheets are what makes those puffy stickers. I'm sorry that didn't work out. And then on page 123, we've got our Countryside Corner dies. Those are the ones that I cut out. Where did it go? Put them over here. Where did I put them? They're gone, my friends. Just like my brain some days. Oh, here they are. So Countryside Corners come with, like, the largest die is really big, like even bigger than the one that I used, but it was going to cut my moon in half, so I couldn't do that. And then it goes down to even just a small little itty bitty fishtail tag. So lots of great options in this one here. Yeah, Cherry Cobbler, Michelle, I love it, right? It's just like kind of the perfect red. I always say, I don't know if I get a red vehicle just because, like, I don't know if I'm like that flash to pull it off. But Cherry Cobbler has my heart so much. Now, for your circles, I know many of you have punches. I actually use punches this time. They kind of go in and out of the catalog and in and out of our online exclusives. But if you wanted a sure bet for some circles right now, this is a great die here. And it's called the Stylish Shapes die. It's also on page 123, but you have to look online to see all of the actual shapes that are included. I love this pack because it includes a whole bunch of different sizes for 3 different shapes. So you've got these fishtail tags, you've got circles, squares, and the embossing happens on, there's little dots here, get embossed on either side of the cutting line. So that's really good. Oh, there's even one more die in there hiding. Okay, we are on to our next card here. So for our next card, you're going to pull out your supplies. They might look something like this, or they might be kind of like a blue option. So let's see. Which one do I want to make tonight? Yeah, that's the one there. Okay, and we're going to be making a card with these awesome labels. This is called the Christmas Labels bundle, and it's really unique. So in almost 18 years as a demonstrator, I haven't seen anything like this. It's so detailed and it works really differently. So these tags are pretty straightforward. We used those, I think, last month. But this month I wanted to feature the other tag. Now this one here was a little bit too unique to use for everyone because I didn't think that you maybe had a stamp set that went with this kind of swoopy look. And the way that that works is it goes like the little sayings kind of wrap around in the different things. These are shrunken down on the front, so you can't see it super well. This one here, however, I think was just going to work for everyone. And so you'll just have to find a stamped image, a saying image, that will fit inside of there. But I did want to showcase the card here and show you what it looks like with this fun swoopy die. Isn't it great? And these are all like actually cut. And so it creates a lot of dimension and texture. You could even kind of like separate them and pull them apart a little bit and really like pop it out and have the person, I don't know, really wowed, I think, by this little tag. Okay, so that's an option if you were to have the stamp set, but I knew that most of you didn't have this stamp set yet, maybe. But I think this is going to work really, really well for your tag. So using this Christmas label stamp set, I'm going to, what should I do? Love and joy? Or should I do hope your season is filled with magic? I think I've got to do that one. That's so pretty. I'm going to use some coordinating ink. So the color on this one is real red. So it's not cherry cobbler, it's real red on this one. Or if you've got this kind of blue color combination, if you wanted to go matchy-matchy with the cardstock, it would be Pretty Peacock. So real red or Pretty Peacock. I'm going to use my real red here. Yeah, the vintage look of those labels. They're so classic looking. They really are. It's such a unique set. So now I'm going to just put my tag there. I've got my real red. You know what? I do want to show you one thing. So photopolymer has really quite a few benefits. But one of its negatives is that it can hold on to the pigments of our inks, especially in like, think red colors and like purple colors. Some of those then will dye your photopolymer a color, like it'll just leave it a little bit stained. Now it's not a huge deal because the stamp still works perfectly. You can still see through it for the most part, but it does have a tinge. If you want to avoid that, my recommendation is before you stamp in like a really highly pigmented color, I'm going to ink this up so much. Like I'm inking it up so much that like not just the letters are getting it, but even like the surrounding areas are getting it. And this Versamark is going to help to give it a little bit of a repelling function. Then I'm going to take off like kind of maybe the majority of it, but I'm not being too careful. And then now when I ink it up, yes, looking good, looking good. Hope your season is filled with magic. And then after I stamp, I just want to make sure that I am cleaning it. So for example, maybe I'll show you this one here. I was just using it the other day with my kids. We were having so much fun crafting together. But you might have your photopolymer kind of ending up tinged a color just like this. We were making those foxes orange. But yeah, then they stayed orange. And so for me, I knew I was keeping that Fox and Friends forever. So it didn't really matter to me, and I was the only one really using them. And so I'm okay with that, but if you want to make sure that your stamps stay quite clear, just make sure you do that Versamark stamp first. Versamark is so useful in so many ways. And then you'll want to have your simple chamois. I keep mine in one of our clear stamp cases. You can buy a pack of 4 of those, and then this simple chamois is sold separately. It looks like garbage. It looks like a total mess, but it works really well. You just rinse it under cold water. If you want to really release the inks that are in there, you can use warm water, but then I recommend going to cool water afterwards, just so that it's not kind of growing things. mine don't grow things, so I only use water, and it works really well for me. I don't know, I have only a few of those around, and I've had them for years, and they don't get smelly, so I don't know, there's some magic going on there. While that's drying, we can do this. Oh yeah, Priscilla says when the stamps are stains, I can see where I'm stamping better. I know, right? There you go. Some think of it as a negative and some think of it as a positive. So I wanted to show you as well something that I've been using a little bit more of these days. This is the Tombow Multi-Liquid Glue. It has two tips on it. So there's a fine point, and then there's also this broad tip. And I've actually been using this a little bit more and more these days. What am I doing first? Fine tip. We're going to put on our silver. I'm getting excited. Don't get ahead of yourself, Cal. This dries clear, but it also dries a little bit tacky. I'm going to do a little bead. You don't want too much of it. And you always want to start further away and then kind of glide it closer to where it needs to be. Then I do a little light tack. Some of the problem is with this glue, and the reason why I haven't maybe done it so much in the past, is it kind of slides around a little bit sometimes. So I find if you just touch it lightly, then leave it be. I know this is longer, but we're going to cut that off. So let's just leave that for a minute, and I'll show you how I use this broad tip. This is a great glue to use with kids too. So the Stampin' Seal, which is like a tape runner, is probably like my #1 adhesive, but kids sometimes don't do the little check mark that is required to kind of finish up and separate the adhesive from whatever you're gluing. And so this seems to be a really good option. On the back side of this little tag, I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to go crazy and put 3 on there. I have that ready to go. I think this is nearly done. We'll move it along anyways. Then I'm going to just take my scissors and trim along the edge here. Yeah, the tags are vintage looking, and then this paper is vintage looking too. This is our give back as well. So for every pack of paper sold, or if you get the suite, which includes the paper, I think Stampin' Up! Is giving, how much? I'm second guessing myself now. $4. $4 donation to child literacy in the region where the paper is sold. So nice to have a product, you know, that gives back and that looks so cute. So I'm just using this kind of wide to spread it on. And even once you have it on the paper too, you can kind of spread it around a little bit. Works really well. You don't want to put too big of clumps on, just because with anything, if you get the paper too soggy, then it will have those ripple lines. There we go. Press that one on there, and then I can put my cute tag over the top. Oh, I tried so hard to get that nice angle to match the angle of the tag. How did I do? Did it work for you? I hope so. Then we've got these druzy elements. These are stunning. They're like rough on the top. It's like druzy, I guess, is when you have it like encrusted in jewels. And these are that for sure. They're so spectacular. I don't know if you can see them because my camera is focusing on the paper, but the jewels are just really stunning. And again, one of those tactile things where I think people just like to touch them. I'm kind of always aware of this. And so if I'm putting on something that has a fun feeling, I like to put one in the lower corner so that when people are grabbing the card, they get that little feel and then they go, ooh, this is fun and exciting. And then they open up their card. So there is your finished card. You might have a whole bunch of different designs. I used so much designer series paper from that pack, And I really had a fun time kind of mixing and matching and putting the colors together with the two different color options there. So you might have these cute little candlesticks, or this one here is really adorable. I wish I had bigger sheets to show you of these ones, but again, I used them up so nicely. Then you've got the back side, or sorry, those trees. Then you've got this beautiful Christmas tree. And then, of course, you could always switch those over to the back side. This one doesn't work so well. It depends where it is, because it's actually like a scene. You've got the trees and you've got this little lantern, but the rest of these are just kind of designer series paper patterns. And then there were a couple that I didn't choose to use for this one, and that was like these little stripes, these stockings, and then the back side of those, these little bundles. And it's such a great background for scrapbooking. You could really do a nice page with that too, or you could cut it up and use it as card fronts. Lots of options. Again, that's called Sentimental Christmas. There's like 1,000 colors that coordinate with it, but I just picked kind of 2 color combinations, and I think it worked with all those different papers that we had to choose from. And $4 donated to child literacy. Yay! Okay, let's go through the catalog and talk about where these products come from. So, of course, we talked a little bit about the Sentimental Christmas. So that one is $17, and then $4 gets donated by Stampin' Up! To your local literacy program. And on page 29, you'll see a little bit more of this suite, and that's where those 𝙧𝙙𝙀𝙀 adhesive backed embellishments are. We used just the silver ones on this card. We're going to use the gold ones on our final card tonight, but they are so fun. Oh, see you, Priscilla. Thanks for joining. And yeah, replay is always there for you. So these are the 𝙧𝙬 elements. They're so spectacular. They're my favorite embellishment out of this catalog. Then on page 40, we've got our Christmas labels bundle. And this is the one that has all those kind of unique looking curvy ones in there too. So you get 3 different sayings that work with the different tags. So you've got 4 different kinds of tags and 3 different sayings that will work for each one of them. So it gives you lots of options. Then from the annual catalog, just one item here, we've got our silver foil sheets. And those ones come 12 by 12. So I just cut little strips of those down, and that makes that cute little border here peeking up. All right, on to the next card. Zooming along. There we go. And then for this card here, everyone, I think, is going to look different. So what am I going to choose to do here? It might look... So I'm going to do this one. This is so cute. Okay, so it might look something like this, or you might have a red color scheme, or you might have a blue color scheme. So you might have a blue color scheme, or you might have a red color scheme. That would be something like this. This is going to be a card that comes together so quickly and easily, and will really show you the benefits of this new mix and match product line that we have going on. So it's called A Little Bit Festive 12 by 12, and I'm going to show you this paper a little bit before we get started. So to make 36 cards, I used 2 packages. Oh no, that's not the right catalog. Doesn't matter how much I flip in that one, it's not going to be visible. Here we go. On page 18, you can see this a little bit more. So a little bit festive 12 by 12 paper comes with 6 sheets. 3 of the sheets, so this is one sheet, this is the second sheet, this is the third sheet. The front and back have quite different patterns on them, and these are 12 by 12. Then for the other 3 sheets, you get these awesome laser cut embellishments which I have some of them left over here because they were bigger or they didn't kind of fit the color scheme. And they're so fun because they've got the embossing already on them with the gold. And so you've got lots of different options there. So that's 2 of the sheets will have images like that. On the 3rd sheet, I've popped them out, but you've got all these card fronts, which then you can separate and use in totally different ways. So like here, we've got these other little card fronts. This one also kind of comes apart and has this ribbon flowing around the outside of the window. But you can imagine that these kind of come together in a really seamless way because you just have to put a saying along with them. Now, if you are not much of a stamper and you're just getting started, I'm so excited for you, first of all, especially because Stampin' Up! Has made it easier than ever. We've got these mix and match ephemera packs, and the one that I would recommend for you to get to go along with this other pack that we've got here, this 12 by 12 pack, this would be the Joyful Sayings Mix and Match, and that gives you a whole bunch of sayings that are already die cut, pre-colored, pre-embossed with gold as well. And so it gives you lots of flexibility to put the 2 of them together in a really fun and different way. So like I said, everyone's going to have a bit of a different image. Then there's the 3 different colors of designer series paper. So depending on how I've matched them up for you in your little envelopes here, you're going to have a totally different looking card than maybe, everyone else in the pack. So cute, right? I'm going to make this one here, I think. So starting off, let's just fold our cardstock base in half. And I am going to use more of that Tombow multi-adhesive. Are you guys stocked for adhesives? Because you don't want to be running out. If you run out, please reach out to me. You never have to worry because I always have adhesives on hand and I can get them to you in a jiffy, or you can pick them up from my house. We can send them in the post, or if the mail isn't working, we can, I don't know, do you FedEx them? I guess you can. I've never FedExed anything, but I might have to look into that depending on how long the strike goes on for, right? So I've got my Tombow adhesive, and I'm just going to make sure that my card is opening the right way. When I was crafting with my kids, my son did the classic mistake that every crafter makes at least one time, and that's putting it so that the card opens the wrong way. You finish your card, you've got it all laid out, and then all of a sudden you realize it's opening that way instead. Yep, that happens. Then we've got this little piece here, which is a square with a matted, larger cardstock color. But you can see here, I'm just going to twist it and trim off the excess, and that's going to create this really like fun and different kind of looking card. Now, the saying that I'm going to use comes from my favorite stamp set from this time of year, and that is the Greetings of the Season. This is a really fun set that was just released online only, so it's not in any catalog. It's called Greetings of the Season, and it has a die pack that goes along with it that has a whole bunch of tags on it. But what I like about this one is that it's got some larger sayings here, like may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration, which is perfect for the inside of a card. I think that's going to be my stamp that I do for every single card that I sent out this year. And then it's the most wonderful time of the year, which is the one that I've used on the front here. We've got Season's Greetings, and then we've got a whole bunch of mix and match too. So we've got Happy in both of the different fonts, Merry in both fonts, Christmas in both fonts, New Year in both fonts, because that's great to have New Year's cards too, right? Or Happy New Year, maybe a wine bottle tag or something for a party that you're going to, or a host gift. You can make a little tag for a candle or something like that. But I think I'm going to do maybe Merry Christmas. Let's see how that comes together. Or do I already have it out somewhere? Oh no, there it is. Merry Christmas. I'm going to go with cursive for both of them just because I love that cursive so much. So the stamps come on this little sheet here, but as I use them, I always put them back onto the case. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So let's see if I want to, I think I can mount them on the same block here. Merry Christmas. Okay, so I picked those up so they're perfectly placed. And now, you know what, just to get this part started here, I'm going to actually adhere this onto the card. I'm placing a bet on myself that I think that I'm going to be able to stamp this without messing this up. If you're worried, stamp first before you adhere it. But I really want to get the layout so that I can kind of play around and put this together the way that I want it to look. Maybe like that. So I started here making sure that my corner was kind of off, and then you can adjust the angle to however you see it working best. Then on the back side, oh, I kind of missed that adhesive a little bit, didn't I? Let's put a little bit there. There we go. Now you can use your paper trimmer, or I find it works really well just to use scissors, as long as you know you're confident with your scissors and you're not waggling all over the place. Something like this, though, it would work really well to use a paper trimmer. There we go. Just even that looks like different. It catches your eye, right? But really, like when we're cutting it, it was just squares, so it's quite easy. I'm going to lay this out first and then put it on with some dimensionals, but I wanted to play around here with this Merry Christmas, like where this actually ends up. Or do you think I should put it up here? No, I don't think I should do that. Sorry, I asked you and then I answered. No way, I'm not doing it. So this Merry Christmas, I think, could fit really nicely just right in here. There we go. Now for this color of card, I used the Misty Moonlight, which was the coordinating color with this little border piece that we've got there. And then the green that I used is Garden Green, or you can use Real Red ink as well. I'm going to use my Garden Green ink. And this is that nerve-wracking moment, right? I sure hope I stamp this right. Merry Christmas. There we go. Hard, my camera is a little bit in the way. Ooh, it looks perfect. I love it. So Garden Green or Misty Moonlight, whatever works for you, or even Real Red would be perfect as well. Some dimensionals on the back side here. Isn't this a fast card to put together? And again, one pack of that paper and one pack of embellishments, and then just some, you know, simple cutting, right? Doing some squares and things like that. No die cutting or anything. And you could put these together in a jiffy. What did I do here? One up there. These are the textured gold dots. They're called textured gold dots, but I don't know. I don't feel a texture, like they're smooth to me. But I guess when you look inside of them, they have like a little bit of like a, I don't know, they're not like a perfect gloss. They're glossy on the outside, but when you look inside of them, maybe that's where the texture is that they're talking about. Easy peasy. So one pack of this paper that comes with all these embellishments and things like that would make, I guess, like 18 cards or more if you're doing this exact layout. So you could make a whole stack of them. Wouldn't it be nice to give Christmas cards as a gift for maybe like a grandparent, or maybe you could even do it for like a realtor. You could make them for a whole bunch of people. I think would love to receive like a stack of Christmas cards. You wouldn't want to give them at Christmas, maybe give them out like before, but these would come together so quickly for you. And I think they look really cute. Nice and simple, right? All right, this little flag here is reminding me to tell you about that online exclusive again. So if you like that saying set, I've lost it. Oh, there it is. It's called Greetings of the Season. Again, it's an online exclusive, so you won't see it in any catalog, but it's available to add on to any type of purchase that you're making. So on page 18, that little bit festive, that's the showstopper of this entire card. And the designer series paper, you can get 6 card fronts out of each of these sheets. So that makes 18 cards perfectly with this layout. On page 25, you can add on these gold textured adhesive back dots, and 1 pack of those would do all 18 of your cards. And I didn't use anything from the annual catalog, so easy peasy, right? And some cardstock from your collection. A beautiful stamp. That's all you really need, right? For our last card here, we are going monochromatic with a little pop of color, mostly mono. All right, for this card, I always like to do like a non-traditional kind of color combo for Christmas, because everything's red and green at Christmas, and that's really fun, and I like those 2 colors together, but sometimes you just want to stretch your creativity. So I saw this designer series paper and I just thought, you know what, let's go with that. This is our new designer series paper that has a whole bunch of colors, but it actually has 2 sheets that are this like really neutral kind of color. So you end up getting 4 sheets of those in the pack because you're getting 2 each of these patterns. So it's called the Season of Elegance. Again, it comes with 12 sheets, 2 each of the 6 designs. And these are the ones that are kind of like that basic beige and crumb cake kind of a look. So I've paired it with some vanilla, and we're going to do a fun fold card. Okay, here is the card that we're going to be making. It's got this pop of gold that happens on the back here, as well as on this die cut tree. And then we've got those druzy elements on there that just really take it up a notch. And then I'm going vanilla on vanilla on vanilla. And so to pop this out a little bit more, we can use a blending brush. Hi. Okay, I'll help you in a bit, okay? Head up to bed and I'll be finished soon. Sorry?
What kind of card are you making?
The kind of card that I'm making is this one. Thank you. So we've got our old olive ink and then a blending brush if you want to take this card up a notch. But let me show you this fun fold that we're doing here. So using designer series paper as the cardstock base is always a fun little switch up. And so you can get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12. And the way that we scored them here is so that we can put a little gift card in there, or maybe if you're me, a business card. I didn't have a gift card handy, but business card fits in there too. So that's a great way of doing it. So this is kind of like a normal, what is it, a gate fold, I think is when you open it halfway. But then we've got a 1-inch strip here that is scored onto the edge here. So scoring at 1 inch, and then from that 2 3/4 and 2 3/4 in from that. So I guess this would be 3 3/4 in. So if you're doing it from this side, 1 inch and then 3 3/4, and then flip it around and do 2 3/4. And that's just so that we make the regular 5.5 inch long card, wide card, I guess, I don't know. And then with a little 1 inch flap on the side. So we're going to use our bone folder to get nice burnished folds, and you might just have to line this up here before you burnish it, just to really convince it to go nice and straight. And then meet them up in the middle there and convince that fold to go nicely. And then for this card, I would highly recommend using some tear and tape. Tear and tape is a really awesome adhesive for things that are moving a little bit more, or are, in this case, I want a controlled application for the, oh, that's a little bit too small. Okay, I gotta pull that off. Sorry, guys. That's not gonna work. It's too short. Okay, let's try this again. So I'll just show you first before you get started so that you can do it once and understand where I'm going here with this. And that's because to get 3 cards out of a sheet, you'll actually have to have it just 4 inches instead of the regular 4 1/4 size that we have. So when you're putting on your little bit of adhesive here, what I've got is it hanging off about halfway, and that's so that I have enough room to slide a card in and out. You might, depending on the size of the gift card, it might be smaller than my business card, right? You might be able to fit a full strip, a full width of this tear and tape strip on there, but just to make sure, you might just want to do it hanging off halfway. So I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom, and then I'll show you how I wrap it in on itself. That side worked better. So using my take your pick tool, I'm going to take off this double-sided tape. There we go. And then I'm going to take that little strip and fold it back on itself. So I ended up with it just half wide. Just tucking it in so that it's nicely hidden behind this little flap here. Now, what I would recommend is use that bone folder again and really press that down. You get it nicely adhered on there, and now you've got your little pocket. Okay, so that was on the inside. Let's do some heat embossing here too. So just while I'm working, I'm going to just do some basic beige. I'm stamping the tree with that one. I'm using a set from the new mini catalog called Decorative Trees. This has a great tree stamp image, as well as a whole bunch of different sayings and some fun borders and little ornaments and star and everything. But I think the wow factor truly is these dies. It comes with 2 sheets of them, but I'll show you the other ones here. I've got them on a little magnet sheet. We've got die cutting with them. So you get a whole bunch of these dies. This one's actually a 2-part. So this would work as an outline, or cutting out the outline here, or this detailed image from the stamp. And then it has all these other trees. Some of the trees are a little bit smaller, and most of them are larger size. And so you got this really fun detailed one. Excuse me. Okay. And then the other trees that I was ending up using here are just these ones here. So you've got this like swirly one, you've got one with lines and stripes, you've got one that's plaid, a whole bunch of little polka dots, and look at all these other ones here, right? Like, it's pretty incredible. You get a lot in this pack. So I kind of chose the ones that I thought would work best for this card. But for the inside of this, I'm actually going to stamp with some basic beige with the outline of the tree. And I'm just stamping that right in the middle. Then I'll let that dry for a minute. And I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I'm done with my basic beige. You can keep going with basic beige. You could probably even do like even a crumb cake, or what else would be good? You could probably use even like a smoky slate. That would be good, I think. For this next step here, I'm just going to use my embossing buddy to do like a quick dry of this tree that I've already stamped there, because I just want the saying "Very Merry Christmas," which you can see is also kind of tree shaped. It's going to nestle right in there. Very Merry Christmas. And this is our clear Versamark ink that's super sticky. And so it actually will hold on our embossing powder. You might have to use a little paintbrush here to clean off some of the extra. Some of it might be on that little stamped image, even though you did a quick dry. You didn't leave it long enough. That wouldn't be the worst looking thing either though, right? And then to get this to set, you have to use our heat tool. So this is like a hair dryer in that it blows hot air, but it's way, way hotter than an actual blow dryer. And it melts these little particles into the paper and turns them into this gorgeous, shiny, embossed look. It's my favorite technique. Over 18 years running, from before I was a demonstrator even, I just love this technique. So now that we've got that piece done, we can use our Stampin' Seal to put that onto our cardstock base, or sorry, Designer Series paper base. And so just making sure that it's opening the proper way. And then we can put that on there. And then now let's start working on the front of our card. So that's going to fold together like this. We'll fold that together like that. And now on the front of this card, you can choose to add some extra green kind of in behind the tree. I think it just adds like a little bit more. So I'm going to do that. If you don't want to, of course, this is your project. You do what you want. Old Olive or Mossy Meadow would be the coordinating colors. And I'm just starting light and swirling around and around and around in circles. Just going to take this up a notch. It's fun playing with ink as well. Doesn't have to look perfect. That tree is going over top of it anyways. And this tree, oh my goodness, you guys, it's going to be cut out, but what I've done is kind of left the some of the border pieces even around, so that you can kind of start to pull this out. Hopefully then you get most of these little pieces out. Now, if you don't have that happening, all you need is a little scrap piece of paper, and you're going to kind of like poke out these pieces onto the scrap piece of paper. And that's going to be your easiest way of popping them out. The way that I did this was with adhesive sheets. So remember we did those foamy sheets. This is like a flat version of it. It's really great for detailed images where you wouldn't want to take like a fine tip glue pen and having to be tracing glue along all of these little things. But it does mean that sometimes these little pieces end up sticking to you. So if you don't have all the pieces popped out, I think that's okay as well. You might want to take your pick tool and poke some of them out, but I think that paper behind really helps to kind of gather the bits so they don't end up all over the place. I was die cutting on my couch. You can imagine my couch looks pretty sparkly, but if you find that you're making a mess and you're die cutting and you've got all these little bits everywhere, like these little confetti circles, all I do is I actually have like a little lint roller, and you just run the lint roller over your surface or over your couch if you're die cutting on the couch like I am. And it just picks them up in a jiffy, no problem. You wouldn't even know that I had made a disaster of that couch before. All right, so we've got that stuck on there. I hope it sticks there. There we go. And then now we take this little piece and toss that away. Then I'm going to cut a really nice angle on this ribbon. That's tough to do. Ribbon scissors are a really nice treat for yourself. If you're using snips, I wish you good luck. The thing that you're going to want to do is tension this ribbon as much as you can so that you can get this nice angled look. Okay, it's going to be maybe a little bit tricky because this ribbon is so soft. I even have it as a different angle there, top to bottom. Let's see if I can trim it down a little bit. I'm being a perfectionist now. So Stampin' Seal. Oh, I'm out. You guys know you can get refills for this, right? You just pop out the refill and pop in the new one. Or you just have a second one on hand. I guess that's easier. I thought this was a refill that I was grabbing, but it ended up being a full one, so that ended up even better. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap that around. And I just love this like tone on tone. I don't know what it is. Like this vanilla looks so elegant. Wrap that around the back side. Then I'm going to stamp my season's greetings on here. Once again, I'm going to do some more embossing. So bring my Versamark in, my gold embossing powder. The season greetings is coming from that same stamp set, again, called Decorative Trees. Yeah, I agree, Michelle. Like, have you really been stamping if you don't have little bits of cardstock or dimensional covers all over the place, on the floor, in your shoes? Yep, you said it, in the broad. It happens. It's never a dull moment. All right, so I stamped my season greetings on there. And if you haven't already, I think you should treat yourself. And you should treat yourself to something that I don't even have in here right now. We've got these reverse tweezers that are part of our Stampin' Embossing Tools collection. And they are just the best thing ever. That comes with a paintbrush. It comes with a little tray like this. And I think for Christmas, you deserve to treat yourself. Wouldn't that be the best ever anyways? Like, I love Stampin' Up! so much. How come Santa has never brought me Stampin' Up! Stuff, right? Like, wouldn't that be just the best gift ever? I'm just trying to get off some of this excess here. Must have had something sticky on my finger, and of course I tried to go fast and I didn't use my embossing buddy, and so sure enough, I've got a little bit of embossing powder that's not where I want it to be. See if I can convince it. There we go. Now is where you'd want to use those reverse tweezers. Instead, I'm going to burn my fingers because they're in the other room. Do as I say, not as I do. You can tell it's completely done embossing because it will be melted into the paper. And I'll just do one side and then the other side so I don't burn my fingers too much. Doesn't take too long to do it, especially once your heat tool is warmed up a little bit. And then dimensionals. And then I'm doing so many layers on this card, you guys, and it's because I love you so much. So the first layer here is going to be going against your Designer Series paper base, and I've snuck a punched piece out of it. So make sure you're putting it so that it goes like that, when you open up the card, you're not going to see it, right? So with this one, I'm just going to put it on with some Stampin' Seal because I want this to adhere really nicely to the card. So starting off centered, and then I just work from there. There we go. And then now I'm going to apply these two together and then put this one on with dimensionals onto that piece. So I'm putting this one on flat, so the vanilla front piece, the vanilla front rectangle I'm going to put on with Stampin' Seal onto our basic beige. Basic beige is such an underrated, like, unsung hero. I really love this color. It has grown on me so much. When it first came out, I was like, okay, I mean, I guess it's a beige. Like, I've never been excited about beige, but I love this beige. I'm putting a lot of dimensionals on this one just because I want it to really stick. Who am I? I don't know. I'm a lady who uses this many dimensionals now, I guess. Just this one time. Now that's going to go over top here. It's very small mats, so you'll just have to kind of do the best that you can, lining it up, and then some more dimensionals for this piece here that's going to go over the top and kind of hang over a little bit. And then the final finishing touch are these 𝙧𝙙𝙬 elements. And these just finish it off perfectly. It's kind of almost like a rose gold color, which is sort of fun. They come in 2 different sizes. And they are so sparkly. So this card is all about the gold. And then as you open it up, you can have that awesome little pocket where you can, you know, if you wanted to, you could put a business card in there, right? But I think a gift card would be just so perfect in a card like this. So I hope that this layout inspires you to create some beautiful gift card holders this holiday season. From our mini catalog, we used the Season of Elegance 12 by 12 paper. This is stunning, you guys. If you don't already have a pack of this, it's really worthwhile getting it. So this is the kind of pattern that I use to cut out the the trees with. And there's so many beautiful colors. And the embossing is already on there in such a gorgeous way. Look at this red. Wow. It's cherry cobbler, baby. It's our favorite. And what color is this one? I wonder. It says on the back of them. That one's Pretty Peacock. Another one of my favorites. And that's it from that page. On page 29, of course, we got those 𝙧𝙬𝙬 embellishments again. And then we have the bundle called Decorative Trees that comes with all those gorgeous trees that you can mix and match and have so much fun with. And the stamp set is great too because it just has awesome sayings. It's got some cute imagery. It's got some kind of more regal imagery. And I think with this stamp set, this bundle actually, you're going to have so much fun crafting and playing. Look at how great this sample is here. I love that. So simple, so effective, and just really elegant. Also, we have one item from our online exclusives, and that's this gorgeous vanilla ribbon. So anything that's vanilla or white, we know we can dye this whatever color that we want. So we could even take our Stampin' Blends markers and color on here, and that could be whatever color of ribbon that you wanted as a 1-inch wide satin. From our annual catalog, this is so cool. On page 58, I want to point out that this punched image here can actually be die cut or punched. So you get to choose, and you can even do a bundle choosing one or the other. Or you can purchase them separately as well. So if you wanted it just on your own, you can choose to get just the punch, which would punch out one shape at a time. Or you could do the dies, which come with 3 individual dies, where you can get 3 times the die cutting done, 3 times the punching done, with just 1 crank. And you can bundle it up with the Labeled with Love and save 10% off of both of those. Love it. So clever, hey? Then we've got on page 101, the Simply Scored scoring tool. That's how I got these scored lines. It's got a ruler along the top with these grooves, comes with a stylus tool, and then you can just glide your marks down. It works so easily. On page 124, we used blending brushes. So make sure you put those on your wish list for Santa from Christmas, because I'm sure you need some more of those. Come on, Santa, says Michelle. And yeah, I agree, because I have this many, but I have more colors than that in my ink collection, don't I? So maybe you want a pack of 3 small ones, or maybe you want a pack of 3 big ones, or maybe you want a pack of each of them. I think you deserve it. And you know what? Santa loves making all of your wishes come true. So make sure you let Santa know what you'd actually like for Christmas in your stocking, unless you maybe want more of the same stuff that you got before. Or maybe you want to organize it, I don't know. But like, put something in there that you really like something that treats yourself. Like maybe a new pair of scissors. Maybe you just treat yourself to some really nice scissors that are going to make your crafting experience that much better. On page 127, you can see these beautiful reverse tweezers that I didn't have handy. They're a ceramic tip, and they're really gorgeous, like sandblasted, maybe metal finish. They're heavy duty, and the ceramic tip is a heat insulator, and so you don't have to worry about it like scorching the paper or marking up the paper. But what I really wanted to point out on this page is the heat embossing. So starting with the Versamark and the heat tool, and then you can add in your basics embossing powders or metallics. Again, another great item for wishing for your stocking, right? Oh yes, Michelle, that is the most brilliant gift ever to wish for. And that Michelle says, I recently treated myself to the glass mat, and oh man, it is a treat, isn't it? She's talking about this glass mat. When it first came out, it was only available to demonstrators, and then they released it for everyone, and it is definitely a treat to stamp on. It comes with a silicone little mat, which you can use for all kinds of techniques, or holding your little stamp spots. When you're stamping them, you can open them up, and then they don't hop around as much. You can actually like ink up with them just like that. And then it also has a little chamois that comes with it too. But I love the grid. You're going to get the clearest stamped image that you've ever had before. And yeah, every time you craft, it's going to be a treat. So let me know if maybe your partner wants to reach out to me and get you some items off of your wish list. I'd be so happy to get that coordinated and on its way. Just remember, for getting things for Christmas, you want to be early in December when you're ordering them. So just reach out, have them reach out to me as soon as they're able to with your wish list. How about a trimmer? How about glass mat, a new stamp set of your choice, a refill on all of your adhesives, like that. I mean, it's good, but like, it's kind of boring. Wish big. It's Christmas. You deserve it. So now I want to know from you. Look at this mess over here. Try and clean myself up a little bit here. What is your favorite card that we made tonight? I know we made a tag too. Maybe that's your favorite, but probably not. I'd say probably one of these is your favorite. Do you know what's a funny thing that I realized after? Because I was kind of designing these here and there and everywhere, and trying to fit them in wherever I could, the prep work. But I realized Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree. I didn't mean to make it a theme of Christmas trees, but of course, everyone's is going to look different. So maybe it's not a theme of Christmas trees. There's some Christmas trees, but maybe the theme is presents and Christmas trees. Who knows? It's kind of funny though, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't wait for you to read all the comments and see which card is your favorite. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year. This one. Hey, I know, Michelle, that's a card layout that I just keep going back to. I sometimes forget about it, but then I just go back to it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so effective because it just kind of plays with your mind. That angle just makes your card go like, woohoo! Oh, Michelle, your favorite is the Christmas tree one. Yeah, mine too. Oh my my goodness. Well, it was so good stamping with you. And again, if you've made it this far and you don't have these projects, please reach out to me and then I can send them to you and you can craft along with this video, which is going to be available for replay, forever. So this is a great way of sharing our creativity, of having fun and crafting together. And you know what? Sharing the love of our creativity with others too, especially this time of year. So I know it's just November, but Christmas is around the corner. Can I say Merry Christmas? I'm going to say it anyways. Merry Christmas! I can't wait to stamp with you again very, very soon. Take care, my friends.